I started rhyming just to be somebody, to make people notice me at the party, and not be just the new kid that's albino. Make them say, yeah, I know, but have you heard him rhyme, though?
If hip-hop was a woman, I think she would look like real women look. Yeah, which is perfect.
Tell them with my eyes closed, and I go with the feeling from the start. I'm blind in the eye, so I see it with my heart. To me, all of y'all look exactly the same. Fear, faith, compassion, and pain.
It's been incredible. We're about 2 weeks into a 2-month tour, and we have shows 6 nights out of the week. Take Monday nights off, do our laundry, and it's been really incredible. The overall just energy that's on this tour is really powerful. It's a beautiful thing because it's grown so much, and it's spread into every aspect of life in this part of the world, and to the point where, you know, every type of person or every social group has their hip-hop music now, for the most part, you know what I mean? And that's a great thing, and it's going to continue to do that. You know, next we're going to start having hip-hop stars from Africa, from Asia, from Europe. We already have some from Europe, but I mean that the world is going to recognize. The only downside of that is that, and really it's a responsibility on us who came up in what they call the golden time of hip hop, you know, and that's really kind of a weird term. There's a lot of golden ages in hip hop, and I believe that one of them is going on right now. But those of us who remember when hip hop was one small, tight knit community, that we kind of need to teach that, and we need to foster that, mentor that, and we need to model that. You know what I mean? And Rhymesayers is trying to do that. Rhymesayers is trying to model that and be that example. You know, that Freeway is a guy who did his first album is on Rockefeller, his second album is on G Unit, and his third album is on Rhymesayers. The climate of the business situation changed in the industry.
I never said I had a business mind. I just don't believe that quitting time exists. Ain't no finish line to this. You gotta give me mine. I really shine. My given time is this. Live and die with the grind, driven by the fist. Where do you place my name if I never?
Well, I encounter a lot of misconceptions, but I'm a person who converted to Islam. I chose to be a Muslim. I've been overseas to study, Islamic culture and society. I learned to read Arabic so that I could read the Quran for myself and read the traditions of the Prophet Muhammad for myself. I believe that there's a lot of misunderstanding of Islam in the world, but there's a lot of misunderstanding of Islam among us. The real pure message that I've seen in the Quran, which is what made me become a Muslim. I didn't become a Muslim because I wanted to hang out with other Muslims. I became a Muslim because I believe in it. I was inspired by certain people like Malcolm X and others, but Muhammad Ali. But the more I learn about the actual message of the Quran, the more disappointed I am in us as a group. And so it's hard for me to focus on these, wrong perceptions or misunderstandings. It's hard for me to be upset and blame people who aren't Muslim, for them, than it is for me. To me, it seems like, from within that we need to check our intentions. You know what I mean? And we need to just work to bring ourselves closer to this picture that we have in the Quran. Because, and I think that that's our number one objective politically in the world, is to be more true to what we say we believe. Because that's a benefit to the world. Islam is based on love. You don't hear that a whole lot, even from us. I don't hear that a whole lot when I go to the mosque, you know what I mean? You always hear about the fear of God. Fear of Allah. Those that fear Allah. The more I learn, the more I realize that, the better translation for that word would be to love Allah. And I mean in the actual context that it's used. And so the more that I learn, the more I realize that we need to bring ourselves closer to the picture that's in the Quran, and everybody would appreciate us more. There's this really strong, still not completely organized, but really strong sense in Muslims of my generation and younger that there's a new thinking, there's a new mind, there's a new exploration of the Quran that's going on, and it's modern is such a touchy word to use, but it's a lot more relevant to the world now. You know what I mean? That we don't live in colonial times anymore. You know what I mean? Where this isn't the 1910 anymore. This is 2010, and you know, and so we have to re-examine our faith. If we really believe that this is the religion for all times, then we have to re-examine it to figure out, well, what should we be focusing on now?
I started rhyming just to be somebody. I found out that I already was. Cause can't nobody be free unless we're all free. There's no me and no you, it's just us. Street preacher, what a fan once called me. I've been called worse and tried to live up. Hope you don't mind a few more stories. I swear to God, y'all, I tell them with love. I never said I had a business mind. I just don't believe that quitting time exists. Ain't no finish line to this. You gotta give me mine, I really shine. My given time is this. Live and die with the grind, driven by the fist. Where do you place my name if I never played your game? We don't race the same. I don't run inside no painted lane. Plus y'all pace is strange. Y'all either stop or you sprint. Run when it's sunny and hide if it changed the rain. I wouldn't be half the Ali that I am if I slowed myself up and